Hello and welcome to Reviews. As always, I'm Plume Noir, and I feel like I have to apologize here. I got Butters right next to me. She's all ready from the previous take of this video that I had to stop. But I feel I need to apologize. I've been under the weather. Yes, I know, kind of a lot this year. The weather's been crazy. It's been, below freezing, below zero, and then goes up to 50, and then back down again, and I think today it's actually nice out. It was sunny out, but I wouldn't know because I called in sick and I literally just got out of bed. Okay, literally an hour ago. But yeah, did stop by the comic shop last night and I picked this up. I picked up Naomi and among other things. I was going to review this book last night and I did a couple takes at the video and I was just being unnecessarily mean and it was how I felt was really coloring my reading of the book, my review, and I felt it wasn't fair. It was unnecessarily mean, and you know me. If you've been watching my videos, you know I don't like to be mean. I really do try to find the good stuff, and even bad books. I'm willing to give credit where credit's due, but I was really cranky, and I felt horrible, and so I figured, you know what? I'll just try again tomorrow. And, I'll do another shot at this. And, I still got a few books from last week, too, that I just wasn't feeling up for doing. And so, woke up, called off work and got back up, read this book again. And, yeah, I was being too hard on it last night. It's not good. Don't get me wrong. It's not good. But I was unnecessarily mean last night. Um, So let's just start in. Let's take a look at this cover here. I didn't even notice last night that we have D in the background here. He's the shadow, and I guess his fists are glowing. And, we have Naomi herself, kind of worm's eye view looking up, you know, looking all tough but inquisitive. And that's not the character we see in this book. Sorry, filming during daylight, so of course my bird's going to yell. That's not the character we see in this book. Hi, Butters. Hi, what are you doing? Do I get room? Yeah, do I get room? Let's look at this quote. DC's been doing this a lot, putting quotes on the covers, which, remember, this is only the second issue. And they say, so I imagine Multiversity Comics is talking about the first issue. By focusing on creating such a compelling new character and letting the story unravel around her, the creative team hit gold. What compelling character are we talking about? Her character so far has been Superman came to town and I missed it. Superman came to town and I missed it. What's going on? Has this ever happened before? Why is nobody talking about this? It's really not compelling at all. She's asking a bunch of questions and kind of being, I don't know. At the end, find out almost like self-absorbed, I guess. But I have a theory about why she's such a compelling new character. I can't quite put my finger on it. I, let's be honest, if this were a white guy, they wouldn't be saying this. I mean, I'm just going to call it out. It's, yeah, even Butters is checking it out. So she's going to lay down. I'm just saying that what we saw in her story before in the first issue was not compelling. So I think this is just virtue signaling. So we pick up right at the end of the last issue where Naomi goes to see D and he says the last time that anything weird happened in this town was the day she was adopted. Now adoption takes time. And I know this from discussing this with my coworker, who is also he's a Hispanic guy. He has a white wife, and they've adopted a black daughter. So I have no problem with that, as you will see later in the issue. It's two white parents that adopted a black daughter. That doesn't matter to me. But adoption takes a while. So when the last time something weird happened, was it the day that the papers were signed? Is that when the weird thing happened, or was it when the process started? I'm just kind of curious about that, because they nailed it down to the exact day. So she's still standing outside here. Please, I came in here and asked you. This whole page alone is the worst. This book suffers from Bendis dialogue, really, really bad. Now I understand you want to give a recap for people who didn't read the last issue, kind of remind them, which I'm good with. This is kind of sloppy though. The way it's just an exposition dialogue dump. I came in here and asked when the last time some crazy superhero hit Port Oswego, and then you say, "Excuse me, I'm still losing my voice here." And then you say it happened 17 years ago on March 14th. That's the date I was adopted. Again, was that the day the papers were signed? D, you're no offense, the town mechanic. That is kind of offensive. What are you saying about mechanics? I've known mechanics. We've never actually spoken before. How do you even know the day I was adopted? It could be just a coincidence. Of course, you got this reaction there. That's the last time something weird happened. It had nothing to do with, the day you were adopted. He was answering your question. So, who are you? Who am I? Who am I to you? And he grabs her by the hair and throws her out of the building. No one reacts to this, by the way. People are walking down the street. They all happen to just be going the other way. Yeah, he grabs her by the hair, and throws her out of the building, slams the door. Dude, really? And he takes off on his motorcycle. We get this. Just look at that. That's how I felt reading this book. Just kind of, huh? So she gets a text from mom. Dinner's ready. So we get this basically, I don't want to say banal conversation, but the parents are talking back and forth about someone getting divorced, and it was he was a jerk, and stupid things like, he said something about how if he had free time, he'd read Nietzsche. Yeah, sorry, my bird's losing it down there. Yeah, if he had free time, he would read Nietzsche. What does that mean? I've read Thus Spoke Zarathustra. My favorite part of the book is when he's carrying the dead dude through the forest. He comes upon the other guy, and the guy asks them if they're hungry, and he says, well, my friend here won't eat because he is dead, but I'm pretty hungry. Yeah, we all had edgy teen phases, okay? What are we trying to say there, huh? Anyway, finally, this 2 pages of just kind of banal conversations, and she breaks in with, about, hey, I talked to the mechanic today. What? What did he have to say? How does he know the day I was adopted? And then we get the Bendis conversation. You know that Superman thing yesterday? That had something to do with him? People around town were talking about how the last time something like this happened was years ago. Actually, no. That's not what people were saying. That's what one person said. Everyone was saying nothing had ever happened like that before. So she can't even get her own story straight. And then the guy at the garage said the last time it happened, the day you adopted me? What else did he say? Which superhero? Okay, she's talking about this. I have no idea. Sorry, why were you talking to him? I just felt like he might know something. Okay, she doesn't mention the fact that he grabbed her by the hair and threw her several feet out of the store. That seems a little bit more important, if you ask me. You were friends with him? I'm sorry, sweetie. What's going on? And, I ask a guy a question, he runs from me like I'm on fire. Maybe because you're being a nosy teen? My bird's really trying to get my attention. I wish you would talk to us. That guy, I am. This is awfully personal stuff to be talking to you right now. See, this is what I'm talking about. This Bendis dialogue. Instead of him. Who is he? Nothing to you. Nothing. Is D my biological father? And then we just get this little bit of, oh no, baby, that's a bit of a leap. That's a huge leap. That is kind of a huge leap. Let's be honest. There's nothing really to imply that she's mixed race. She just sees this gigantic boulder of a guy and who throws her out of the shop. And is he my biological father? I have to agree with the parents here that, what? that is one heck of a leap, and yeah, it looks like it is, by the way. So, yeah, good job going right where, yeah, and we don't. Oh, sweetie, it was a closed adoption. We don't. Oh, sweetie, this these pages here were so hard to read. You know, um, what do we say when we start to stress out about all this? All we know is today. Today you're healthy, happy, loved, so loved. God, the way the mom is pushing herself into her, though, that she's so loved. Ew. Okay, she's kind of pushing her waist into her. It looks like that's really creepy. I didn't notice that until just now. So yeah, anyway, but hey kiddo, why is this being brought up now? What does this have to do with Superman? And so you don't know Dee, like at all? Honey, you've lived in this house since you were a tiny baby. All of a sudden we have a secret friend you don't know about? He is not our friend. He is not in our lives. I don't even know his last name. So, yeah. Excuse me, I have to keep clearing my throat here because it is starting to act up here again. Um, remember, this girl's in therapy. We saw her, seeing her therapist last issue. And, oh, I'm sorry, that's another reason why she's such a compelling character. Um, so, is this like a huge thing? Does every stranger she meet, does she think it's one of her biological parents? And, I just don't know what else to say, baby, other than, we got you. You know that, right? I really do know that. I really, really do. And then we cut to the splash page. Oh, AKA is something really cool that could be happening if you were reading another book. And I don't even know what she's doing down here. I mean, did she break her neck? I don't know what's going on down there, but. And we get the ad. But we cut over to her talking to Annabelle, Skyping with her. I'm sorry, Annabelle. I'm going to sleep over. Then you completely forgot. I'm sorry. What's going on with you? And, yeah, what do you know about that mechanic, Annie? Me, I've been standing next to you for the last 5 years. What did he say to you? Just tell me, did you ask your mom where he's from? And now we have Anna. Wasn't she blonde in the last issue? Yeah, maybe I'm misremembering because if you recall in the first issue, my video, I actually kind of liked the character of Annabelle. She seemed more interesting than anyone else in the book, but wasn't she blonde? Did she dye her hair pink when Naomi didn't show up? And also, if you're Skyping with someone, why are you playing the cello? How annoying would that be? I've been on the phone with people while playing a guitar, and they're like, okay, can you set it down? I've had it when I've been drawing, and they're like, hey, the scritch from the markers is really coming through the phone really badly. Can you do that later? Really? You're going to play a cello while you're Skyping with someone? Anyway, what is going on down here? Oh, it's just all the stuff on her desk. I thought they were trying to say that the window was cracked on that. She said he used to be from a place called Iron Heights. Iron Heights? Iron Heights is a prison. I thought it sounded like a very nice suburb of Detroit. Um, okay, maybe you're thinking Madison Heights, Sterling Heights. But really, come on. Iron Heights? Where would you get Detroit from that? Steel car motors? I don't know. You don't even think of steel with Detroit. Just shut up. I liked you. Um, so, talking about this and, excuse me, I'm okay, Annabelle. It's just, yeah. And my mom was so freaked out that she asks, you sleeping? Like at all? And Naomi says, you've seen her talking about her mom when she starts to quietly stress out about me. Okay, so you see the little dashes here? It means it's going to continue that thought. Then we get this page, which I'm not quite sure what to make of it. It's kind of like a battle. I presume this is D right here, and I don't know. Should I recognize these characters? I don't really recognize any of these characters. So, we got the black woman here, the big dude who I believe is D. They're fighting. It looks like it's colored out of something from Goddess Mode. And then we get the ad, which kind of breaks it. And then it's back to Naomi in bed. Well, funny thing is, ever since Superman flew by, every time I close my eyes, I see that. So, no, I'm not sleeping, damn it. Well, I mean, pfft. Okay, what a weird, you know, you've seen her when she starts quietly stressing about me. We get this, and then back to her in bed. She doesn't, they don't finish the thought, they don't finish the sentence. So what does Naomi do? This compelling character, she grabs her stuff, gets on her skateboard in the middle of the night, and oh yeah, this has already been a couple days now since Superman visited. The fight came through, he came back the next day. Now, this is at least the next night, maybe the night after that. I forget if there was 2 days in the last issue when they had the little teen party. And Superman couldn't flip this car back over. This car is still flipped over. Um, there was just a car accident by me a couple days ago where there was a car flipped over in the ditch, and it was righted within hours. And yeah, they're just going to leave it just taped off there a couple days later. So yeah, what does she do? She goes over to Dee's mechanic shop and she breaks in. Well, I guess technically she just hops the fence and opens the door and it's unlocked. And I'm stopping it there because, oh, she finds something and this book is boring. I was really hard on it last night, I'll be honest. And now that I'm feeling a little bit better, I realize this book is just, it's bland. It's, I don't see what's so compelling about her. The dialogue, oh God, the Bendis dialogue alone just stretches out for pages and pages. I think that Annabelle is the only one that forms complete sentences through this book. So again, like the first issue, she's my favorite character. Although I wish she wouldn't play the cello while Skypey, but hey, at least, it's a comic. You can't hear it, right? But yeah, everyone just talks around. No one finishes sentences. You know, she got physically manhandled by Dee. You know, just grabbed by the hair and then thrown. Look at this. Remember, she is standing like inside his store, just inside his store. His shop, I guess I should say. And he throws her into the street. That's a good 10 feet there. By her hair. Look how far away she is. She doesn't mention that. Of course, these soy parents would be like, if they told he threw you, maybe we should go talk to him about that. Maybe we should have a conversation about why he shouldn't throw teenage girls into the street. This book, compelling character, letting the story unravel around her. What has unraveled in this story? I'm going to tell you what's unraveled. We found a photograph. That is it. That is all that happened in this book. She had a bad conversation with her parents, talked to her friend on Skype for her page. My bird screamed. That's the most interesting thing that happened. This book is dumb. Truth. Truth. What truth is there? Maybe the last 2 pages, I guess. But it doesn't actually say anything, it could still be, I don't want to give it away, but it could still say something else. But this book is dumb, and Bendis is starting to turn into that guy that, we need someone to write a black teenage girl. Let's go to Bendis. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's, I understand, it's my understanding that Bendis has a black adopted daughter, which, hey, good on him. Like I said, did I say that in this take? My coworker, he and his wife have adopted a black daughter. I don't remember if I've done a couple takes of this already, and so I don't remember if I mentioned that in this take, and it's like, okay, fine, cool. You know what people say about when they see her picture? Wow, she's really pretty. That's it. But if he started writing story after story, starring black girls, people would say, okay, maybe you're writing for her to give her something, but it's almost starting to come off as a fetish. Just saying. Because after Riri, we have this. At least she's not as unlikable as Riri, but she has no personality. She has no personality at all. And it's annoying, and this book's dumb, and Wonder Comics. I wonder how Bendis still has like 17 books he's writing. Maybe if he trimmed down, to writing 2 or 3 books, they'd be good. He used to be good. Bendis used to be good. I know it sounds so weird to say now. But, yeah. And I haven't even touched the newest issue of Superman. I can't. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to try and have another video up later tonight. I need to catch up here. So, as always, thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. Are you reading this book? And is this a fetish? Does Bendis have a fetish? Because I'm feeling a little creeped out whenever I'm reading, this book now. So, all right, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.